I wish the Titanic like washed up on a beach or something. You could just go and see it and pay like 100 bob at the gate. But yeah, the difference is Shakaula is free. With it getting it on bands, are they called boy bands or getting it on groups? We're here thinking those messages for send me kwa number coming from Kamiti. Could be they're coming from Nakuru. Is it Carrefour or Carrefour? I'm just glad they stayed in Nairobi. If they start expanding outside, they'll have real problems with pronunciation for that word. It is the best group of people to stab. The ones who resist. I'd like to see Pastor Victor after a few years smoking crack, cocaine on the streets of US. It's weird because taking a leaf out the book sometimes may mean grabbing some tissue paper. Or unless maybe like I'm bedridden or don't have legs and my wheelchair is in the workshop. I have like big tits. So nikikupea utawezana. To which their own, you pick your poison. Like DJ Brownskin's wife. Actually, I want to go to the dentist and I just had a plate of omena. Stay strong. Pornhub is with you. Alright, I think we are ready. Yeah, we're ready. Welcome to the walking class. You'd be surprised to find me alone here. Yeah, I'm just trying out something new. I think I'm going to call this show Painful to Watch. Yeah, because it feels weird. It feels weird talking to yourself. Just in a room, alone. Don't even know who's listening. So anyway, first of all, before I start, I want to announce that I'll be performing at the Wildly Coffee along Langata Road on the 1st of July. That's next Saturday. This Saturday is the Safari Rally. So next Saturday. And tickets are going for 800 bob advance, 1,000 bob at the gate. So grab your tickets early. Performing with a good friend of mine, Nathan Ray, and a white man called Jared Collins, and who's the other guy? Oh, Hugh Jacketman, aka Maina Murumba. So you guys should check out the show. Yeah, I think today, well, by the time you see this, it will be past, but today I'll be performing at Fit Kitchen, Lavington, along Mutangari Road, just near Valley Arcade, if you're coming in a matatu. Wednesdays, you usually find me at The Craft. The Craft is at Westlands. Forget the name of the street, near Havana. Molly's. I think those places are really popular. Near also Nairobi Street Kitchen, just behind the mall. Is it? Yeah, I think the street behind the mall, behind the Naivas over there, near the stage. So as I said, this is Max Payne, and yeah, I want to see what we can do here. So, because usually I know you used to seeing the show where it's me and the guests. I hope you enjoy that. I personally enjoy that more. This is really weird. Yeah, but I just want to see. I just want to see how it goes. I want to see how it feels, how it works. So trying to improve my English. My English usually is really bad. Yeah, I think even now, a little later I'll start shrubbing like shit. Yeah, so be ready for that also. I was talking about the Safari Rally. The Safari Rally is going to be held. Actually, it started yesterday. Yeah, it started yesterday. I think it's going on to Sunday. So I don't know if do we need tickets to go to Safari Rally. By the way, is the Safari Rally held? Is in the forest? Because it's not on highways. That at least I know. Interesting. So they just have like a piece of land where they build trucks or something. I don't know. But anyway, I know a bunch of people will be going down there. For people who don't have bus fare, don't be shy to go in a matatu. The most important thing is being there. It's not like how you came, because as long as you're there, there's going to be a lot of people's girlfriends over there. So can go grab a bite. Yeah. I think that's that about Safari Rally. I don't really have anything much to say about that. Except I'd like to know who are the people going for it. Because, okay, is it... I don't know if they have tickets. Maybe we need to find out that first. If the tickets are affordable, it's just bus fare. Last time I checked, going to Naivasha was like 200 bob, 300 bob. It can't be past 300. I think, yeah. And also, I think schools are closing for midterm today, right? I think so. Wait, so does that help it be cheaper? Interesting. It turns out I have more questions than answers. Anyway, I don't have much to say about that. I'll be here in Nairobi doing some comedy, chilling next week. Since it's midterm, I'm just chilling in the house. I don't have much going on. It's also the last week of the month, which is usually really, I don't know. Usually it's really weird because it's that transition between you have no money, but the money is around the corner. So it's like, all the bills are paid, everything is good. I just have enough to barely survive. But anyway, if I'm this old, how many of those mwisho wa mwezi maninos have I survived? I'm still here, so... Okay, so I think I'll just jump right in into we had a really big story this week. Actually, the whole of this week, weirdly enough. There's some 5 billionaires who they just decided, $250,000. Let's go check out the Titanic, at the bottom of the ocean, literally. I wish the Titanic washed up on a beach or something. You could just go and see it and pay 100 bob at the gate. I mean that trek is deep. I was watching an infographic about it. That trek is deep. I mean, because they were saying the vessel imploded, right? I think probably that's the worst death possible because it's so instant. You don't even have time to process. I usually wish I could have a chance. When I'm dying, I want to just take a moment and pause and be like, "Wow, I'm actually dying." Wow. Imagine a vessel that deep under that much pressure. The moment it shattered, I'm sure their bodies just, I don't know what happens. You just get crashed in instantly. We don't not even have time to process. Maybe the signal was coming from one neuron to the other, and it's everything that just went black. That's a weird way to die. You want to die slowly. You want to die you heard about the stories of guys. I had a story when I was a bit young. I don't know if it was true or not. There's a guy. He was sticking out his neck outside a vehicle. And then his head got knocked by another truck. Then his head flew clean off from the neck. And the reason he had his head outside is because we were talking to a phone. He was taking a phone call. So as his head was flying away, he was still talking. I mean, how interesting is that? I don't know. You guys decide. I don't know. I think that's quite interesting. Maybe that's why I was told the story in the first place. It's probably fictional. I don't know. I couldn't tell. But yeah, that's what I was told. So we had I think there were 5 passengers on the vessel. It was a billionaire and his son. The other 2 guys, I don't think I know them. And then the pilot was the CEO of the company also. I think his name is Stockton Rush. Yeah, I think I'm right. Stockton Rush. That's such a CEO name. I'm going to be talking about other CEOs later on in the show, so keep that in mind. They just decided, let's go hang out at the bottom of the ocean, and then they died. I mean, can you draw some similarities to Shakahola? Yeah, actually you can, but the difference is Shakahola was free. You actually just walk down there and be like, "Hey, I'm here." You have to pay so much money. And is it better to starve yourself to death in the forest, or to get your body pulverized at the bottom of the ocean? That's an interesting thing to think about. Let me think. Uh, I think I'd rather be at the bottom of the ocean because I can't imagine starving for days and days and days and watching myself die, watching other people around me die. That seems significantly worse. Like you're just suffering for no reason. Yeah, I don't fancy that. Yeah, so maybe I should raise some cash. I don't know if now what happens to the company, BD? Do they just close down or do they have like they continue? As in, is this like the end of trips to the bottom of the ocean? It feels so new. Although I had stories that say there's other guys also who had gone down there to check it out. It was exactly a new thing. It's like how like what are the names? Jeff Bezos and Richard Branson. Those guys, see, they just recently went into outer space. They were taking like tourists. Those were really expensive. I'd like to know how many trips they've done by the way, so that I can compare like the two properly. But hey, I'd rather be in space than at the bottom of the ocean. Like, I like the ocean for real, but I like the beach and like just the water up to where I can put my feet on the ground. Let me tell you guys, I'm lucky. I've been to a part of the ocean that's really deep. The good thing is really clean, so you can just look and see. That's the floor. Like, it's really far. You could just go swim down, and you could even not have enough oxygen to come back up. And I don't think I'd enjoy being down there. For real. Because I like just to put my feet on the ground. Like, I want to enjoy the ocean. I'm not playing extreme sports with such a large body of water. I'm not that kind of guy. No, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I wouldn't do it. Nah, that's not for me. Anyway, so $250,000. What's that in Kenya shillings? 250, 2.5 million. What? Yeah, 25 million. Wow. I'd like 25 million from those guys also. Like, can you imagine the amount of shit you could do with 25 million? I'd feel rich. I'm sure there are a lot of people, like even in Kenya, who have 25 million maybe somewhere. Personally, I've never been close to that. Okay, I have been, but by proxy. I've never been that close to such amounts of money, man. Right, it will be interesting. How does someone feel when they have like 25 million? Like, you wake up and you're like, damn, 25 million. I'd like to know that. Okay, anyway, I think I'm cornering myself with this story, so I'll just move on to something I know much more about. You guys had this new song by Ngesh. Oh man, I'm really starting to like this chick even more. Like, I thought it was just going to be like a meme. She was just enjoying the fame and the clout. I'm glad to see she's been working in studio. Yeah, I heard the song. I was like, I just like people who represent who they are, not trying to change, not trying to be better, not trying to. Okay, being better is okay, but artistically, I want to have a snapshot of who you are at the time you made your art. Let's just have that snapshot. If you change it later, then you can give us the new version later. But I really like the direction they are going. Because also, I think she's the only one at first who came to Nairobi. She's the one who caught some clout and came to Nairobi. So I'm happy that when she was making a new song, she actually went back to her group. Yeah. But I think those guys are good. I think Ngesh has that mass appeal. Whether is it Ngesh or Ngesh? But I don't see them put the... I'm just going to say Ngesh. Ngesh sounds weird for me. I think Ngesh is the one who has mass appeal. But the other guys are good. I'm just happy she didn't like turn into a solo artist overnight. It might happen, it may still happen, but I'm just glad she still stuck to the guys who she came up with. And the song is really good. Like, I get that her verse is last because I think they thought about it. They were like, we want people to want to hear Ngesh, so let's put the other guys before. And it doesn't feel like you're waiting. It just feels like the anticipation towards the crescendo is building as the song goes. Actually, my favorite. Okay, Ngesh is good in that song. I think better than in all other songs I've had her. But the other guy, what's the name of the guy? Funny thing, I don't even know their names. But the other guy who sang the chorus in their hit song, I don't know why. I have there's something about that guy that makes me just makes me feel you guy I like what you're doing. But yeah, I think it's good. It's good that because Gengeton, the worst thing that has happened in like the past few years is the death of Gengeton. I think for me it's been really weird. I haven't really liked it because okay, to be honest, I feel like I really liked that genre of music for what it was and for that short period in which it existed. I found it really fun, honestly. For the first time, like in a long while, I could just listen to like a mix with just purely Kenyan songs and be like, wow, I'm really enjoying it. Like we had some really good music at that within that short period, and like boy bands were just with the Gengeton bands. Are they called boy bands or Gengeton groups? My bad. Gengeton groups were just popping up here and there. Yeah, and I think I was really enjoying that wave. Then they all died. The other guy, Miracle Baby, the other day was talking about how cartels from I don't know where that came into the industry. Then they destroyed the music. They were like they made them sign bad contracts. First of all, if you sign a bad contract, it's a bad look on you if you try to blame other people for it. I think some accountability goes a long way. That's just what I think. But anyway, I think for them it's gone. The other guy from Boondocks, what's his name? Maddox. Funny thing, I've met Maddox before at Loft. That guy, I think there are some people who should just stay away from drugs. Because Oduamuranga is also there. I've never met X-Ray, but I've met Oduamuranga twice. Oduamuranga is also there. He was really composed. I think he was with his chick. There was just, like, that's what you want to do when you go outside clubbing. You want to chill. You don't want to be fucked up all over the place. Especially if people know you, like, you don't want to do that. So, like, when you see this, I think me personally, this guy is he's just not able to handle his, what do you call it? His drug use, and what he should do is stop, but I assume that will never be what he'll do. Just wants to, because it's okay anyway. Drugs are fun. I'm not anti-drugs in any way. But if it's not working for you, just stop. Just find something else. Do yoga, go dancing, go to Naivasha and clap when a car passes by. You know, there's other things you can do as opposed to if drugs are not taking you well, just stop, man. Say no to drugs. What was I saying? Oh, I was talking about Gengeton groups. So, like, I like the direction these guys are taking. I really like the song. I really like the two previous songs. I think I like this one more than the others so far. I really like the audacity. Yeah, the representing for the hood. Are those guys from Nyandarua? Okay, they mention Nyandarua in their song, and they shrub like crazy. Yeah. Ngesh was saying, nataka kujua kama Maboy wa kipara wanajua kudara ama tu ni kurara. How dope is that line? And I remember a while back I was like, why have we never gotten MCs from other parts of Nairobi? Not Nairobi, other parts of Kenya apart from Nairobi. I'm glad to see these young guys just sticking it up to the men and the women of Nairobi. Like, we got hoods too. Speaking of hoods, I was reading a story about there's a gang in Nakuru. I think it's called the Confirm Gang. Grab some water. We are in no way affiliated to any brands displayed on the screen. Yeah, this is an independent production. I swear that's what. I'm not drinking anything else. So I was reading a story about the Confirm Gang. This is such a tangent, which I really found interesting. Like there's a ghetto in Nakuru. I don't remember the name of the place. They just decided to start a gang. We are here thinking those messages for send me kwa number coming from Kamiti. Kumbe they are coming from Nakuru. That's interesting. Huh? Is there anything interesting about Nakuru other than that? Oh, there's a comedian, Justin Wanda. I heard her talking about crusades. I've never experienced that in Nakuru. I think I haven't been to Nakuru enough. But I've been to Nakuru a couple of times. I know they have short buildings. I heard it's because of the stability in the ground is not that good. I know it's at the bottom of a valley. I know there's Lake Nakuru. I know they have a mall. I know about Nakuru boys and Nakuru girls. I think it was also the origin of Tuskies. I think Tuskies dies. And was Naivasha the origin of Naivas? Yeah, I think, because there's a time it was called Naivasha Superstores or something. And Nakumatt was called also Nakuru. I think also Nakumatt was from Nakuru. Nakuru mattresses. What is it with Nakuru and supermarkets? Because there's also a supermarket that I've only seen in Nakuru. It's called Gilani's. I've never seen it anywhere else. Maybe they know something we don't. I think that's something someone should look into. Like they're just cartels in Nakuru. They're like, all the supermarkets have to pass through here. But where did Quickmart come from? Quickmart is an anomaly. Where? Just wash down my throat. Quickmart is an anomaly. Carrefour is international. Is it Carrefour or Carrefour? Carrefour? I'm just glad they stayed in Nairobi. If they start expanding outside, they'll have real problems with pronunciation for that word. What was I even talking about? Oh, Confirm Gang. So these guys just formed a group, and their main aim was to like con people. They have SIM cards. They're connected to like some M-Pesa agents. They just recruit new members. If you just broke and you have nothing to do, come over. Let's get you busy. Yeah. But now the problem is like criminal organizations like this. It starts like you don't want to hurt people. You don't want to do some weird stuff. But because you're already in the underworld, you get associated with people who are like, yeah, let's go kill some people and grab some handbags. And that's how it starts. Actually, it's the same as drugs. You're just like, man, these guys do drugs, but they're fun. Let me just hang out with them. The next time you're at CBD injecting heroin into your veins, your heroin must slap. You ever seen someone high on heroin? Just slowed up, just chilling. Anyway, don't try this at home. So I was saying when you start hanging out with criminal types, the likelihood of you elevating your, like, getting into like bigger crimes, it's just really easy because you have the people who are already willing to do it. So actually, if the person who doesn't want to commit the crimes is now the one who is looking like, what the fuck are you doing? We are going to let's go stab some. It's the best group of people to stab. The ones who resist. The rest is just like, thank you for your service. I hope to see you again as I come to stab some more people along this route. But the weird thing about, like, safe places have the most candidates for stabbing, but the places that are unsafe, people just know, like, if it's past a certain time, you're just going to get stabbed. So the people who are passing there are like maybe drunk, maybe others are new, maybe others are just like, I just hope I'll get home. Let's see. Yeah, the same way, I just hope I'll get a house from the government. I hope. So yeah, so these guys, they built up this gang of theirs, confirmed gang, into like a really intricate system of, I think that's interesting. I think it's interesting that you can just form your own gang. You can just be like, all right, we're going out. Let's get some people hit up. You just go walk around. But gangs abroad are cool because they drive around. They don't walk around. Have you ever heard the stories about drill rap gangs? Like, they just pull up on you in a BMW. You're like, what? What do these are robbers? But anyway, there's some people who just have to be robbers. Even if like you give them a good life or you just set them up for whatever amount of time, they just have like itchy fingers. So anyway, shout out to the confirmed gang. Although it's an outlawed group, so I hope they're not accepting any more members for now. But I'd like to meet them. Wait, no, I wouldn't like to meet them. I wish they could make like rap videos. Make like dope music about yeah, I'd really like that. I think I should move on from that. I should sanitize the story. Should sanitize the story about, damn, you guys see Pastor Victor went abroad. Damn, levels, man, levels. It reminds me of I don't know which year was it. I think 2021. The time I was with a bunch of friends at Kimbo Roiro, and we were really lit. We were actually coming from the liquor store. It was on a Sunday. I think we'd hang out on a Saturday. So on a Sunday we were just continuing, and we saw the kid. We were like, "Is that Pastor Victor?" He was really fat at that time. He had really eaten, because I remember he blew up when he did like a media tour, which is not the norm for pastors. And he was really young. He was really like had a lot of conviction in his word. Yeah, so like we met him and we were like, "Hey, Pastor Victor, woo!" And he went at us, but he was like, "Look at these guys." The good old times. But anyway, I'm just glad but he's just now starting adolescence, right? So we don't really know. He's never tried things in general. I think also because his mom encourages him to like just play up the image of a pastor, and probably that's the reason they are getting all of these opportunities. Yeah, I think that's why he's still safe. I'd like to see Pastor Victor after a few years smoking crack, cocaine on the streets of US, in the suburbs, or dealing cocaine. That would be dope, but then he could deal cocaine easily through the church. Just like meet me at the back. Because with Catholic Church is like meet me at the back means something else, but in Pastor Victor's church, meet me at the back, serving some crack cocaine. I think I've listened to a lot of rap music that sometimes I think I tend to think crack is cool. Maybe it should come to my community. Then I'll see exactly what it does to people. I really like it to be me. I'm not really a fan of drugs. I think the drugs are too fun. I don't like to have too much fun. I like to have fun. If today's a Friday, I don't mind having fun. Saturday, Sunday, then just a little fun goes a long way, I think. What was I even talking about? But this is really difficult because I'm constantly losing my train of thought. I was talking about Pastor Victor. Oh yeah, now we get to the real story now. Yeah, that was just like a weird tangential intro. I don't even know if that's a real word. Is there one like tangential? Okay, I'm trying to get I'm going to get an adjective from the word tangent. How else would you guys know I was a mathematician? Okay. So there's a video that I think he was preaching. I think he does his preaching online. Yeah, makes sense. Although we're not in 2020, do pastors still preach online? Yeah, but I guess it wouldn't hurt. Like, you can just get your local customers to still visit you on Sundays. Then the rest of the days you can reach out to. It's like a marketing thing. Preach online and you preach like physically, and you still record the live preaching. That's interesting. Pastor Ezekiel does that. Actually, they all do that now. I think the only pastors who don't do that are pastors vienyeji in the streets. I think they're the ones who should take a leaf out of the book. It's weird because taking a leaf out of the book sometimes may mean grabbing some tissue paper. Anyway, so the guy, he's not a guy, the boy was like preaching, he was like deep in the spirit, he was also speaking in tongues, almost singing. He actually sang just shortly after telling his mom, grab me some water tafadhali. I was like, wow. Probably if I told my mom that, I'm sure she'll go grab me a water. If I say tafadhali, the way he said it, like not tafadhali. Okay, combine that tafadhali and like the Holy Spirit within you. Convince me there's no way you're resisting that. You have to bring that water. That's a command from the Holy Spirit. Bring me some water, tafadhali. Tafadhali in that sense means right now. Niko na pahali nafaa kuenda saa hii. Bring me some water. But then again, was it really disrespectful? Okay, I understand where guys are coming from with this story, because a lot of people are like, shouldn't tell your mom that. I get it. Considering how like, okay, probably will I tell my mom to bring me some water? Okay, unless she's like coming out to the kitchen. I wouldn't like tell her to get up or unless maybe like I'm bedridden or don't have legs and my wheelchair is in the workshop. Yeah, okay, there's only like a small range of circumstances where I'd do that. Normally I wouldn't, but in this case I really get it. Like, I don't see how disrespectful. I think some people just don't have like any kind of relationship with their parents, so I'd see how that will rub them the wrong way. I'd see how they'd be like, yeah, you can't tell your mom to get you some water, but personally I totally get it. I think that kid is a good kid, to be honest. I think he's a good kid. He's just been thrown into the limelight for so much of his life that you have to accept that it will affect him in a certain way. Even like that public scrutiny of people like, oh, you're in the US, oh, people know you. There's another time there was a story about This was saying that he had already completed his class 8 and like he had failed, so he was afraid of releasing. Like he didn't want us to know the marks he got. I don't think I agree, because I don't think I agree with that like method of raising your kid like in the limelight. Because I think in the long run, okay, first of all, you see how adults are. Just take a sip. I knew this will happen. I was saying, if you've seen how adults are really struggling with fame, just not even like astronomical fame, like just being in the limelight. Then you find a kid who's been exposed to the limelight like all his life. What do you expect from him? Like, all you can do is just try, and I don't know. But it's really tough. So I think he's a good kid. He just doesn't have that. Because like I can assume because he's the one like creating opportunities for the family, your mom can't really like be really harsh on you. He has to be like, okay, I trust you, just do what you're doing. Which is not really the best approach to raising a kid, because half the time as a kid you don't know what the fuck you're doing. You're just making it up along the way. You're just almost always surprised at what's going on. You're just following like sheep. Like Mwanakondo. You are a literal Mwanakondo. You're just following what's going on around you. But anyway, speaking of fame, I saw a clip about Aziad Nasenya. Nikikupea utawezana, she asked. Yeah, I rate myself. Okay, ni mtawezana, I don't know. Everyone knows. Okay, ama she has something that you should put into consideration before you decide. Okay, probably. But I think she should mention that before like asking the question, like, okay, so this is my proposition. I have like big dates. So nikikupea utawezana. Then now you know the variable that is making us. Otherwise, is there a problem? Is there any modifications? Is there anything you should be thinking about or worried about? Yeah, I think they should have put that detail in. Anyway, she had an interview at Radio Maisha, which is very coincidental. But last week I was listening to a Dr. Phil. I don't know what is. He has a channel. I don't know what the show he does is called. He was interviewing this guy called Peter Kawa. I've never heard of him. Apparently, he's like a really famous award-winning actor. I don't know if it's disinterest, or I don't know, or if he's from another generation or something. I've never heard of him. And so he was talking about how after acting, like he wanted to bring in, okay, not he wanted, he's still doing it. His aim is to bring in professionalism into the scene, into the acting scene, the film scene in Kenya. So he has like a management company. So he manages actors. And Azed is one of the talents he's managing. Azed is not really an actor. I've not really seen her acting anything. But then again, I could be very ignorant in this kind of thing. So bear with me. Yeah, so I think yeah. I don't think she's acted. She might have anyway. She looks like she could be great at it. So it's coincidentally because like I was just watching the thing last week. Then shortly later, there's a video. Apparently, she walked out of an interview with Radio Maisha, which I felt was really petty. But that's just me. Like maybe I'm not like I'm a very anti-fragile person, so I find it really petty how, like, why Why will you walk out like that? It doesn't really register with me. As in, it's not like the lady, I think her name was Mwende Masharia. It's not like she was outright disrespectful towards you. But then again, I just keep saying, these guys may know maybe something or some things that maybe I don't know. Where am I going with this? What do I really have to say? Okay, I'll just not talk about it because that's exactly what I think. I think it was really petty. And I think it gives people a chance. Like, she could have taken the opportunity to just assert herself. Like, be like, hey, I'm not going to talk about that. And she would ask again, she'd be like, and that would be fine. I think that would have not elicited the reaction of, like, of which, if you still look at it in another angle, you still benefit from the notoriety. Yeah? Notoriety. I think that sounds a bit better. Infamy. You still benefit from the infamy and from the controversy around the situation. Which is more important? Okay, professionally, yeah, you want to be on the news. You want to trend on Twitter. You want to have a splash on Nairobi gossip. Personally, you don't really want that. You don't want the stress. That's why you don't go to like your office and start causing drama, because you don't want to deal with it. Okay, I think there are people who are capable of like separating themselves from the murky waters, but most people, you just start drama, then it ends up devouring you. So but anyway, to each their own. You pick your poison, like DJ Brownskin's wife. Okay, why did I think that? That video was horrifying. Anyway, I think I'll just run out of that story really quickly. And SGR, I am really looking forward to being back on the SGR soon. It's been a while. It's really been a while. I saw there's a kid that was delivered in the SGR. I just wonder if the kid is Chinese. Oh, I don't have a punchline for that. I thought it was going to go somewhere. Anyway, like, what was happening? Is it like the mom was just chilling, then it was like, it's an emergency, it's time, we have to do this right away? Or was it like, I'm going to get on the SGR because I want to get this baby in Mombasa? Then she couldn't hold it any longer. How do chicks realize they're about to give birth? Like, you do feel like you have to go take a dump or something? Yeah, but someone told me something along those lines. Like, you feel really, your bowels are really full, you want to just go take a dump. And actually, I also had these instances where just innocently, you're going to take a dump, then here's the baby. Just hope it's not a pit latrine. That will be awkward, to say the least. Yeah, it will be awkward because at least if it's like a modern toilet, you just see like, you will see it and you will have enough time to react to the umbilical cord. Grab the baby like, come here. Why am I thinking these things? Anyway, I think that's one of the things I really need to work. Why am I self-aware even? I should just be rambling. Just own it. That's what is in my mind. So I'm not the one who put it there. Yeah, not to self. I was talking about the kid born in the SGR. So like, who helped? Is it do other women just innately have the ability to help other women give birth? And like, in such a situation, is it like luck that fails to create a, how do I call it, a medical emergency from the situation? Or is there a medical staff on the train? Like, how does this just turn into a feel-good story so fast? Like, I can imagine the ladies who watch the trainer like, now I have to go mop the coach, the floor of the coach. When everyone else is happy, they're like, wow, it's a miracle. They want to take selfies with the kid. They really pity her for having to go through that. But then again, it's your work, so work sucks. Work sucks for everyone, except the people who love their job. If you love your job, you'll never work a day in your life. That's a wise saying by a wise person, I guess. Is it really wise? It just feels like a play on words. You'll never have to work a day. So what is the meaning of work? Is it only work if it's tiring? Like if it's fun, if like you're an influencer, you're just posting on Instagram, isn't that work? Or is just hanging out? Or work is like building a house or digging a trench. So like if you create an algorithm to post pictures of you daily on Facebook and generate like images of you and posts, and you create a robot to dig trenches, are both of them working? What does work mean? What is work? Now I'm really confusing myself. SGR kid. Kudos. Kudos. Happy birthday to you. Is it first birthday or 0th birthday? How are you supposed to call it? Birthday. Or it's just happy birthday. It's just a birthday. Then the next one is your first birthday. Yeah, that makes much more sense. Like the first one is just, it's not one word, it's birthday. The day that you were born, day of birth. Then the next one, like, it's like a birthday, it's one word. Like Sunday. There's a Sunday, no, a sunny day. So do we now call it a birthday? Yeah, unless you are from Nyandaro. I think that's how you should put it. Anyway, moving on quickly. Which one do I talk about first? Let me start with one more downer. We might be resuming Mandamanos next week. Pima coffee. That could be fun. It's been a while. Funny enough, I was really enjoying the protests. Yeah, it was saving me money. It was saving me from working a lot. It was giving me extra business opportunities. I had a lot of material about Mandamanos. I was really happy. I really cared about this country. Like I would watch the news. I'd be like every morning, hey, where are they today? Like what's happening? What's going on? I really miss those Mandamanos. But really hard to just go and ruin it by collaborating with the enemy. Why would you do that? But anyway, now if we come back, I'm still happy, but I was disappointed at the time. I think mainly why are they protesting with the cost of living? The guys are VAT on fuel went from 8% to 16%. And for people with paychecks, now they have to part with 1.5% of their money, which will now not be refunded, as was the case before, when it was 3%. So we have to fight for that house. You'd rather get the house and like rent it out. At least hold on to your money. That's the name of the game. But these guys were really playing us, because they are saying the people with pay slips don't want the hustlers to get houses. At the same time, they were saying only people who contribute will get houses, and the only people contributing are the ones with pay slips. So, am I the only one who is seeing this discrepancy? Like, Because I don't hear people talking about it enough, which is weird. But anyway, it doesn't even matter because they're always going to just pass the bill forcefully through parliament. I don't think there's any surprises there. The only reprieve they give is like to content creators, 5%. Good for them, for those who are making money. The rest of us will just have to slave away in our menial jobs. Don't have to worry about taxes. You can really make so little money that the only taxes you pay is the one when you're buying bread, or the one you're paying on keg. Like, what's the tax on keg? Because keg is really cheap. I don't think they tax keg a lot. I think most of the taxes are on spirits and beer. Everybody beer is taxed a lot. Yeah, that's why when you drink a lot of beer, you just get fat. You just simultaneously fattening the pockets and the stomachs of government officials. That was like fun. So mandamanos, they haven't really said like ati mandamanos per se, but there's a rally on Tuesday. I think in response to the Safari rally. They're all having their own PR event at Kamukunji. How do you like make a protest fun? But the protest the other day was fun. Like they had a DJ. When they saw like that vehicle that splashes water on you. Yeah, that's how to make a splash at a protest. Yeah, just mix. That was amazing. I mean, that DJ, I'm sure he's really been looking forward to the Mandamanos coming back. That's dope. I think I should go to the last story. I think for a first time, I'm doing a good job. So speaking of CEOs, the only CEO we've talked about so far is Stockton Rush, the CEO of OceanGate. If the company dies, will it now be the company formerly known as OceanGate? Or, okay, the company won't exist anymore. But even when someone dies, you don't call them formerly known as Brio. Just Brio. Yeah, so OceanGate. Now I want to mention like two more CEOs that are really, I don't know if they're crazy or they're serious. Elon Musk and Zuckerberg want to engage in a cage fight. To be honest, I don't really believe in Musk for this one. Unless he uses some Neuralink or he sends his Tesla bot. And Zuckerberg sends his avatar on Meta. How strong is Musk? Like, I don't want him to get punched by a 30-year-old and get concussed. So that guy, okay, I think he kind of takes care of himself, because that's the least you can do to maintain that like work ethic that he has. But does he really have what it takes to like fight Zuckerberg? Because I think Zuckerberg is a really young guy. And I also don't think he like works himself into the ground like Musk does. So I'm quite sure he's more fit, more healthy than Musk. But it sounds like a fascinating match, honestly. I'd really like to watch it. I hope they like stream it on Twitter. If it really happens, because also there's a part of me that feels like just laughing. Anyway, I think I'm also getting tired. Should have bought an energy drink for this, but I think I've really had fun. I want to running a bit late. Actually, I want to go to the dentist, and I just had a plate of omena. I really pity her or him. I prefer my dentist to be a her, because now she'll have a vested interest in my mouth. Like men men do not have any business near my mouth. Yeah, I think I should end on that note. Do you have anything more to say? No. Okay, so the guys who are going to Naivasha, safe journey, practice safe sex, drink responsibly, drive carefully, don't drink and drive, stay away from the fast vehicles unless you'll be collected by the mortuary attendants, or you'll be eaten by hyenas. But are there wild animals in that area? I'm still wondering the location of this safari rally. I think the fact that I knew I will never go for such an event. I just don't know anything about it. I don't even watch the news. Maybe they had an explain about it. I'm so clueless about the story. So on that note, I just think I'll end there. Had fun. I'm hoping to do more of this. So we'll see how it goes. Grab tickets 1st July. Wildly Coffee just inside the national park. Just before you get to the gates where you have no to pay money. Just get in the first gate. Get in the restaurant. Enjoy a night of comedy. Really want to challenge myself this time. I've performed there before, but this time I want to the onus is on my shoulders this time. It's really been weird how. Anyway, it's hard for me because I've really worked hard to get to this point. So just preparing. I have a week to put my ducks in a row. Then we'll see how it goes. I'll see whoever makes it. Have some fun. I feel like there's something I wanted to say, but I forgot. And also welcome back to the high schoolers. I think they'll be at home for the next 1 week. So guys out there, be careful. Be careful who you slide into their DM. At least for 1 week. 1 week, you can do it. Stay strong. Pornhub is with you.